Dave Evans, the president of Digicraft, which helps companies make the move to online, joins us now on the phone from Boston to give us his take on the newfound love for Snap Interactive. That's the company behind AreYouInterested.com. Dave, thanks for joining us on the program. And taking a look at AreYouInterested.com, the concept seems so simple. It basically unleashes algorithms on existing Facebook profiles. So you answer a couple of questions, and then it looks up everyone in the Facebook community and comes up with a couple of alternatives. People pick if they like you or they don't. You do the same. Why aren't more companies doing this? Again, it sounds so simple.
Well, a few years ago, we thought that Facebook was going to be the great savior of online dating. One statistic I think it's important to think about is that, at least in America, there are north of 110 million singles, and only 30 million of them are trying online dating at every month, and that's due to a number of things such as the stigma that's continued to be attached and the trust levels and so on and so forth. But what we're seeing now is that more and more people are flocking to Facebook because Facebook has 500+ million users around the world.
Right.
So a couple of years ago, a number of sites like Are You Interested and Zoosk and Gelato and Thread, there was a number of people who sat down and thought, let's harness the power of Facebook. And in doing so, what they realized is that in the early days of Facebook marketing, it was like the Wild West. You could spam people's walls with friend requests and activity from the applications, and that's how sites like Are You Interested got so popular. Their day-over-day growth was absolutely stratospheric, and then Facebook started to ratchet down the virality of those applications. But what's been great is that I think there's enough traffic in these apps, something like 5 million monthly users, that people are telling their friends, and it is showing up as something that's positively affecting the dateability online.
Now, AreYouInterested.com is free to users, but we understand there is a paid version. So what's the upside to upgrading to the paid version?
You get more access to people, you show up higher on the search results, and you can click through to people's full Facebook profiles. So they allow you to see your actual profile as it stands in the public search engines. Everything that Google and other search engines can see, you can see as a member, which is great because you get a much better sense of the person. And I think that's what's most important about these dating applications on Facebook is your personality, your tastes, your preferences, and your likes, and the dynamic nature of your life and how it changes from day to day with everything from your wall updates to your Twitter posts. That can potentially be reflected in your profile as opposed to the old school sites like eHarmony and Match.com,
right,
which are more set it and forget it.
Right. You fill out that profile application once and then you don't update it again. We just showed you the share price move in Snap Interactive year to date, up almost 1,000%. Now that the company has so much more money going into at least its equity, is it embarking on other things beyond AreYouInterested.com?
They have another site that isn't talked about as much, but more importantly, I think, is their push into mobile. So they have an iPhone app, and I believe they're working on some other platforms potentially as well, too. And what they're finding is with all of the interstitial time that we have in our lives, waiting in line, waiting to pick up the kids from school, waiting for a meeting to start, that's a perfect time to take that Are You Interested online Facebook experience and have the same exact experience on your phone or your iPad or your other mobile third screen.
So like everyone else, they're moving to the mobile space. We heard that the people designing the algorithms are those who were competing in Netflix's contest to better link people with the movies that they might want to watch. So this is basically the same idea, and you can always apply those same algorithms to whatever business idea you have next?
That's what those businesses would like you to believe. One thing I know about Are You Interested and every other company, with eHarmony being the most popular that people have heard about, there's not a lot of transparency into the algorithms that are used to match people. And and there's no real way to measure the efficiency of these sites. So I know that Are You Interested and their competitors, they're all gathering this incredible treasure trove of information about your personal life, but they're just barely scratching the surface of how to make better matches and better use of your time online on their services. The Netflix guys, there's a couple of them of the top 5 winners and runners-up. I believe 2 of the companies, including Intro Analytics, are creating systems based on what they learned in the Netflix prize. And that's a win-win for everybody.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave. And with the popularity of AreYouInterested.com, Facebook is certainly driving more traffic to dating sites than perhaps traditional search engines like Google. Thank you so much for your time. Dave Evans, president of Digicraft.